to the 4 hour. Now on the 4 hour, let's zoom all the way out, right? So this is NASDAQ on the 4 hour. So it doesn't take me long to form a higher time frame bias. In fact, it takes me less than 10 minutes per day. And this is how I do it. So I'm starting with structural highs, structural lows, structural highs, and structural lows. Now from here, this is what's important to understand. Every time you see a break, I want you to draw an arrow, right? So here's where we have one break, and then down here we had another break. And so the reason I'm highlighting this is that market structure on the higher time frames gives you massive clarity as you go down to the lower time frames. So on the 4 hour time frame, what we have here is our most recent high and our most recent low. And anything you see inside is internal, right? This is internal market structure. Now, this is important. So what we want to do is we want to project our fib tool from the structural high down to the structural low, just like this. Structural high down to structural low. Now, I've made previous videos about this, so I'm going to do this a little bit faster. So NASDAQ. The 4 simple steps that I follow: market structure, dealing range. Now premium and discount and fair value gaps go together. So what I'm looking for in the premium is a couple of different things, right? I'm mainly looking for basically fair value gaps. So on the 4 hour time frame, we have our one FVG over here. This is one fair value gap, right? So this is the fair value gap on the 4 hour time frame. And what I will do is I will take the candle before the fair value gap. This is now my key level. This is my point of interest, or my POI. So what I do is I just drag this zone over to the right. And so this is a POI for 2 simple reasons, right? We can see here price rejected heavily off this area. So why is this a POI for me, right? So there's 2 things that make a POI for me, right? The first thing comes down to basically there being a fair value gap. So there has to be a fair value gap in order for it to be a POI. Now the second thing is we're way above the 50%, so we are in a premium. So these are the 2 things that I use to validate all of my key levels. We have a fair value gap and we're in premium, right? So this NASDAQ level here is quite important. So I'm just going to drag this over to the right, and we can see the rejections to the downside off this area were pretty heavy, right? So this is our major 4 hour level. Now on the flip side, we do the same thing, but for the discount. So on the discount now, here's our discount array. Let's put that there. What we're looking for again, we're looking for a fair value gap in the discount. So in the discount, our fair value gap was just over here. It's a bit small this time, but this is our FVG. So I get lots of questions about this. So I just want to clarify this. This is the fair value gap in blue. Now, what makes this a fair value gap? Very simply is we have a gap here, and we have a gap between this wick and this wick. And so this is the fair value gap, all right? This is the actual zone. So now what I will do is I will take the candle before the fair value gap. So that's going to be this black candle here. Now, once you have this black candle here, right, what you're now looking to do is drag this box over to the right. And so what you can see here is